I'm Dahlia and welcome back to Trading Flowers. So today I'm going to teach you how to make the ultimate blueberry sponge layer cake. This cake is extremely delicious, full of amazing flavors. Obviously, between the sponge cake and the blueberries, you can't go wrong. And I'm very excited to share with you, so let me take you over all the ingredients so we can get started. Well, first off, let's go over the equipment. So you'll need an offset spatula, a rubber spatula, a number 1M piping tip, and a piping bag. I also have here a cake turntable, also known as a cake turnable or a Lazy Susan. Then you'll need some cardboard cake rounds. I have an 8-inch and a 6-inch, but I'm not sure which one I'm going to use yet. That's why I took both out. But you will need to pick one of them. You do not need both. I also have here some American buttercream frosting. I made my recipe that I always make, and it always is a hit. So I'll leave a link right here so you can go check out how to make it. I have here some blueberries, blueberry preserves, but you can also use a jam. Then I have here some simple syrup. All it is equal parts water and sugar boiled. Then you let it cool, and then you can have this to use to put on your cakes. I'll also leave a link right here if you want to learn how to make it with my video. And then I have here 3 8-inch sponge cakes. I made a video on it a couple of weeks ago, I believe, and I'll leave a link somewhere on the page so you can go check it out. I've also leveled all the cakes. It's a little bit hard to level these cakes because they are super, super soft. So just be careful that you don't take off too much cake. And I'll leave a link here somewhere on this page also so you can go check out how to level cakes. And you don't want to remove the caramelization from the sides in the bottom of the cake because it's just totally not necessary with this sponge cake recipe. So yeah, that's it. So now we've gone over everything, let's get started. The first step to making this cake is to simple syrup each of your cakes to lock in all the moisture and keep them super moist, because this is a naked cake, so they're not going to be covered in icing to lock in all that moisture. So we do really need to make sure to get this on the cakes. So just put it all over the top. Now the only thing is that since these are super, super moist cakes to begin with, I don't think I'm going to put more simple syrup on the bottom because I'm scared that it will get too soft. So only put it on the top for this cake. But in general, if you were just using a regular vanilla cake, put the simple syrup on the bottom and the top. So I'm going to set these aside, and then we'll get working on the blueberry buttercream. So the next step is to make the blueberry buttercream. So first we need to cook down some blueberries. So place your blueberries and water in a small saucepan over medium-low heat. Cook for 5 to 8 minutes or until they are bubbly and mushy, and then you're going to strain them. So it's going to look funny at first. It's just going to look like blueberries with water, but I'm telling you it's going to work, and they are going to cook soon and quickly. So my blueberry mixture is boiling away. It is super purple and gorgeous, and it's going to be delicious. So now what you want to do is we're going to strain this through a fine mesh sieve and allow it to cool so that we can put it into the buttercream. Then with whatever you're using, whether it's rubber spatula or fork, push the blueberries against the sieve so that all the juices come out and go into the bowl. And then I always give the bottom of the sieve a good scrape down. And that will take out all the juice we're going to get. So I'm going to let this cool until it reaches room temperature. Maybe I'll stick it in the fridge once it's cooled down a little bit more, just to speed up the process. And then we're going to add this to the buttercream and get some delicious blueberry buttercream. I took my blueberry liquid out of the fridge and I just let it chill for about a half hour. And then I have here my buttercream. I just placed it back into my electric mixer so it's easier to mix. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon at a time of the blueberry liquid into the buttercream, mix it on medium-low speed until it's all incorporated, and then slowly add in a little bit more until I reach the desired color that I want. I want a super bright purpley color. And then if for any reason your buttercream becomes too thin because this is a liquid, just add in a little bit more sifted confectioner sugar until it thickens up again. So now let's see how this is looking. Perfect. It is so nice and thick, but not too thick. And I love the color. It's just a light purple color. And I'm going to get this into a piping bag, and then we can begin assembling our cake. Okay guys, so to set up the piping bag, just take your bag and fold it over about halfway, a little bit less than halfway. Just like this. Then you're going to take your tip and place it inside, and because this is such a large tip, you don't need any coupler. So push it all the way down, then take your scissor around halfway up the tip. You're just going to turn your scissor around the plastic bag, and then it just cuts the plastic right off. It's as easy as that. So now just fill up the bag with this buttercream, and it's super, super gorgeous. And that's it. So now it's time to assemble this cake. So first take some of the blueberry buttercream and put it down onto the cardboard cake round. We're going to take our first layer of cake, so just make sure you peel off the parchment paper from the bottom. And make sure that there are very few crumbs on the sides of the cake, or none, because you don't want any crumbs showing because this is a naked cake. So now I have here my blueberry preserves, and I did actually put them in the fridge for like a half hour just so that they would thicken up a little bit more. So you're going to take a little bit and put it onto this cake and just spread it out. So now it's time for the buttercream. So I'm going to pipe a bunch of stars, just large stars with this, all over the top of this jam. So you can just go around in circles and repeat these all over. Then take some of your fresh blueberries, which you've washed, and just sprinkle it all over the frosting. So now I'm going to add on the second layer of cake. And be careful as you peel off the parchment paper from the bottom. So now we're going to take some more blueberry jam and put it onto here. And then just spread it out. And then we're going to pipe some more of this on. Okay guys, so now I'm going to place the final layer of cake on top. And this one is going to go upside down. I'm not going to put any more of the jam on this layer because I don't want it to be too overpowering. But I'm just going to pipe on the buttercream the same way that we did for all of the other layers. So now I'm just going to take some more blueberries and drizzle them on top. Not drizzle, I guess place them on top. The last step is to take some of your blueberry syrup that we made earlier, whatever's left over, and just drizzle it all over the top of this cake. Okay guys, so this is the cake that we just made. I am obsessed and I love how it looks. I actually haven't made many naked cakes and this one is so pretty. I hope you give it a try. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. You can find the full recipe on my website. It's ratingflower.com. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos every week. And I'll see you next time. Bye!